This is the Sheep Guarding Llama vlog for the 17th of December, 2021. I'm Scott Owen Miller. Welcome to the show. And today we are filming in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua. We are down here for the weekend, but today we started off in Las Pinitas, got picked up by Leo and our taxi, along with Alan and Anna, and we headed down at about 10 o'clock in the morning. So this morning was get up, pack. I mean, we're mostly packed, right? We were ready yesterday. Deal with the dogs, took the dogs, took them for a walk, make sure that Erica was there to take over for the weekend, say goodbye to the kids, all that kind of stuff. But by 10 o'clock, we were at 9:30, we were in the taxi and on our way south. It can be as little as 2.5 hours if you're really zipping and there's no traffic and no police, but in reality, it's pretty close to 4 hours to make the drive. A little bit less, but pretty close. So we drove down, nice, simple drive. Everything went fine. We did get a drive warp. I'm hoping it turned out. I've not seen it yet, but we did the drive warp all the way from Leon all the way down. But on our way, we stopped in Leon and dropped off the little puppy because he's getting his x-rays done today. It's Friday. And so we dropped him off with Dr. Jorge at his clinic and said goodbye for him. He's going to stay there until Monday when we get him again because Dr. Jorge does boarding. So that worked out perfectly that he's able to get his x-ray with the doctor and then stay with the doctor for the weekend. So if anything's needed, he's all taken care of, and Dr. Jorge loves him, obviously, because he's the sweetest little puppy. So we dropped him off. All the dogs are taken care of, and we were off to, I feel like the camera's kind of swinging around on this one today. And we are off to San Juan del Sur. We are going down to look at a really cool house. This house that Alan has been interested in for years. This is one that we found on probably on Encuentra 24 a couple years ago. Originally, Dominica and I were looking at the house and decided it was too small for our needs. And so we're like, oh, but Alan looked at it and he's like, this is the perfect house for me. He just loves the design, the size, the layout, all the things. And of course, the view's not bad either. And so he's been, really interested in the house. Tried to buy it at one point, but it sold. But now it's a rental. So we came down and came straight here. And this is Dominica's first time back in San Juan del Sur since we were here with Ryan for one day in 2015. Now, I've been here a bit. Alan and I were here with Rachel, and then Paul and I were here earlier this year. So I've been in town a bit, but she has not. So there's a lot of she doesn't know the restaurants. She doesn't know, just in general, doesn't know where to go and what there is to do, and doesn't even have a really good idea of the nightlife other than just me explaining things to her. So we're going to be hanging out and enjoying town a bit this week. But we're staying at this house and enjoying just the whole place here. So we came straight to the house, got unloaded and moved into the house. We had to stop by the real estate agent downtown and all that. So it was middle of the afternoon on Friday when we got here. And on the drive down, I texted our new friend Camille, who is staying in San Juan, or we didn't know, but thought she might have been, because we hung out with her at Laguna de Apoyo last week. And she's like, yeah, I'm in town, let's hang out. So we ended up meeting up with her, and we did dinner and just hung out in town, walked around a little bit. Dominica got to see what there is in town. We went out between the evening and the night. We went out to a couple different dance clubs, checked things out. We went to Dale Pues for dinner, and that's where we all met up. Alan loves Dale Pues. They're really good. They're right next to El Sosal, so we went there and got dinner. Then walked around a little bit, tried to find some places to hang out, went to Pachamama, hung out, realized there was really not too much we could do, so we went to El Social for a little while, which Dominica has been really looking forward to going to, so that was cool. And they've expanded a lot. They've got pool tables and a swimming pool now, a lot more than they used to have. And we ended up going out dancing. We didn't stay out too late, maybe midnight, and then got a ride back up to the house and crashed here. And that was our Friday. So we had a really fun day. It was really cool. Awesome getting to see people and great being back in town. And already Dominica's like, I really like visiting, and I can't imagine having decided to live here. So this house is really cool. Let's see if I can get more of it. There we go. And it's a beautiful layout, but bits of it are awkward. So at times it's wonderful and at times it's weird. The view is fantastic, but the sunset is not where you would hope it would be. The sunset is here behind these trees, not over here behind this bay, which you can only control so much. Like, you get mountains are where they are. But so that's unfortunate. You look at this and you think they must be the most amazing sunset view, and it's nice, but it's not at all the view that you would hope that it would be. So that's not super ideal. A lot of things are weird, like the the bedroom that Dominic and I have, which is down here on the first floor. The sink has only hot water, scalding hot water, and the shower has only cold water. Why? But overall, it's pretty comfy. It's very nice. It's a nice design, and we like it. It's a cool spot. But the worst part is that we're at the top of this hill, which gives these amazing views and great breeze. So it's really comfortable up here. And when you come out in the morning, there's monkeys in the trees making all kinds of noise, beautiful birds. The foliage here is really gorgeous. But we're on this really steep hill. So driving here, you have to come as if you're coming to Tree Casa, and you almost need a 4x4 to get here. Not really, but then the driveway is just impossible. And I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it here. I don't really go out to the driveway, but I'll show it just a little bit. I have to look down. You will twist an ankle if you try to do this any other way. So I'm gonna spin around. Look at the angle of that. That's the way it is, all the way up, and that's just a dirt little rocky path that goes all the way up to the road way up there. And there's no way to come down that in a car. You would have to have a 4x4, and even that would be dangerous and difficult to do very often. And so having a vehicle here is very hard. So the cheapest, we now have a taxi driver who will take us into town for $10, but most want $20. You can normally argue them down to $500 cord. That's still $14 or so just to go from your house into the town that you're already in, just to be able to go to dinner or something. And that's each way. So if you lived here, you could end up spending $40 every time you go to a restaurant just to get there. Considering the general cost of things in this country, that makes no sense. It's completely crazy. So like where we live in Las Penitas, we can take a taxi full of people, like people on laps, all kinds of stuff, and go up to Leon, which is almost half an hour away, about 20-25 minutes, for $8, right? And that's without having a deal. That's just, I called a taxi, it's $8. So that really long drive for $8 to go to the city that you're not even in, and here just to move around the town that you are already in, costs 2 to 3 times as much, about 2 times as much. It's unreal how expensive it is here. And you need it for everything. We only need it to go to Leon, which is special trips, grocery store, going out dancing, something like that. Don't need it for like normal restaurants. Here you need it for everything, any grocery, any shopping, any just anything. You have to go into town. There's nothing out here. You can't walk to anything. Not a restaurant, not a pulperia. And so the cost and the frequency with which you need that taxi is so much higher. That's a huge negative. All right, I'm going to see everybody tomorrow.